All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's Foul Shopping. Back with the first edition after uh Veterans Day on the Bamboozled Again News Network. I'm your humble servant. And I'll be honest with y'all, it'd be hard to come up with content on here because I be having so many just feelings and thoughts and opinions, ideas. It'd be hard to kind of narrow it down to anything, without me kind of jumping all over the place. But I guess it's cool too because, I cover a plethora of different topics, all in normally about a 20 to half hour, video upload, right? And I definitely don't want to be the complaining type. It'd be more of me venting, right? Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad. You know what I mean? I'm just really dealing with this not wanting to fool with the world. And I'm under the belief, we're supposed to be separate, and I understand that, in it, not of it. But sometimes, you know how you watch a movie, and I'm kind of looking at this through the third person. Certain aspects of a movie may trigger certain emotions, joy, happiness, sadness. You ever seen something happen in a movie and you feel for the character? Like, damn, man, why they do cuz like that? You know what I mean? Like you kind of, I guess, compare in, as they would say, to the characters of the movie. In this respect, just looking at, Babylon and totality, for the most part, it just, at this point, like looking at like societal stuff, I guess it's a defense mechanism. It ends up being funny to me. Like I actually saw one of them 4B women yesterday at Planet Fitness. And I said, oh, baby, why? And I felt like empathetic. I'm like, no, baby, why you do that? And she kind of had this like demeanor about herself. She was with a friend who still had her long hair. And I'm like, damn, Joe, all that goodness gone to waste, yo. Why don't, like, I be wanting to, not on no, not on no sexual tip. I'm like, yo, come, like, I just want to be like, yo, come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, not on no, like I said, on no sexual tip, but then you can't do that because then you'll wind up on the Me Too movement. Oh, you're a man, you're a Again, I think the numbers have come out, and they say something like 70 to 80% of black men did vote for Kamala. But we still got the raft, though. Like I said, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? But here's what I didn't see. Now I'm seeing content online of black women calling out white women. Oh, they out of order now, Jack. Not Lily Mae. Oh, come on. Boy, woo-wee. And then I was listening to my man, For Us Black Man Escape, right? And him, New Breed, and the Thinking Man's Templar are probably my trifecta of me really getting real valid information that's helped me navigate this journey through YouTube. I would assume now, if I'm coming up on 4 years in sobriety, maybe 4.5, 5 almost, and these brothers haven't led me astray. And my man was saying how he believes, and I knew this to be true. I didn't know this would be the catalyst, or I didn't make the comparison of how, okay, maybe demon possession, the illusion of what their belief is dissipating, then they rage out. But he made it a little more clear to me that we're all these actions, cutting your hair and renouncing men and saying you ain't gonna give up no loving, even though I don't know if they'll be able to hold to that, right? Is actually in response to the underlying belief or perception that the system has divorced the proverbial modern black woman. And that at least with Trump, hopefully don't know what happened to him. You know what I mean? They'll actually have to kind of, at the very least, tail back, no pun intended, what they've been able to do in society. Like I said, we see the response after they lost. Could you imagine how they would have acted had she won? I don't even want to fathom it. You understand? Yes, sir. But I think that's what's happening. They've not, like, how, like in Hollywood or on your job, as soon as you're no longer useful for whatever direction the company's going in, they just chuck you to the side. And depending on who you are, they might give you a picture of the owner, a signed picture of the owner, and then call security to come and escort you out. I think, maybe in the eyes of the system, maybe the black woman served her purpose. Because I was seeing somewhere in New York, they said they already cut food stamps. Trump was saying that, he's going to go through Congress and they're going to set an initiative to, just say it's only 2 genders again. What else? There'll be severe consequences for, teaching your child sexual stuff in elementary school without their knowledge, or being able to get jabbed up without the parents' consent, and so on and so forth, right? And I think the idea of just being able to do whatever without any, accountability, and the fact that, and again, this is what I talked about, whether they realize it or not, the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. The black woman now, the modern black woman, is basically on an island unto herself. Now, instead of, and some will do it, humble themselves like, oh, that was wrong, or I see, okay, whatever, let me just go ahead and switch my style up. The vast majority of what I'm saying is they're doubling down on the behavior. And as I said in the last video, cutting their nose to spite their face in response to not getting what they wanted. You know what I mean? That's a telltale sign of someone's spiritual, how would I word it? Like they're just their spiritual condition. Either which way. Have something not work out and see how they respond, and have something to, actually does work out and see how they respond. And again, this alludes to previous content about, what is God's plan for the daughters of Zion? Because I'm actually fearful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they've been vectoring to me, but it didn't work. Okay, cool. But at the same time, they don't see how the players getting set up on them. And if the system, let's say, or Trump, they dial back, alimony and public assistance and so on and so forth, they're going to be forced to do it by circumstance. And we all know, how people say stuff, but I don't be listening to what people say. I watch what they do and let that talk for them. And then with these women not having a track record or a true desire in their heart for family, or that's turned black and so on and so forth, even if they got with a man, they're still going to undermine them, because that's what they're designed to do. Just like a snake is designed to bite. Even if you take the snake you found on the side of the road that was hit by a car and nurse it back to health, he still might be injured. And if you play with it the wrong way, he'll still bite you, because that's his nature. Message, you know what I mean? I saw a clip other day, I think it was on TikTok, a 15-year-old, the father was getting on the 15-year because she had snuck a 38-year-old man in the house. And then she had the proverbial attitude, I do have behind it. So what you say? So what, I said, man. Yo, this is an ill social construct, yo. Let's peep it, like Scarface said, let's peep the game from a different angle, right? If the modern black woman, and this gonna sound crazy, now I ain't gonna do it, but the modern black, with us being in the information age, if the modern black woman got all these bodies and baggage and this, that, and the third and all that, hard to deal with, whatever. I don't even want to utter it. It might almost, and I don't condone this, it might almost force dudes to go, beyond the bar. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I'm saying now too as well, or below the bar rather. It seems like, how maybe back in the day they would say once a woman was 30, she was kind of past the point of no return to some degree without working on herself. That number seems to be dropping like the Dow Jones. I'm seeing 23-year-old, I went to Planet Fitness the other day and ran into my former co-worker. She might be 25 at the time. She smoked weed and stuff, but she's already got hair on her chin. You know what I mean? And I know they say the smoking weed make her more masculine. I know one joint, like her shoulders, I think she's 24, but her shoulders are getting broad. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're getting destroyed younger and younger. And then I think here's what's happening in the hood, especially with the proverbial, mother-daughter rivalry and so on and so forth. And it kind of putting black women in a space of competing for the same men, whether they be an older dude, the daughters compete with the mom for an older dude, or the moms compete with a daughter for a younger dude. It's crazy, yo. They might start going beneath the bar to get young women who are still in high school. And that has been a thing, like, especially during the 90s. Like, I remember that, like grown dudes was coming to school, picking up, you know what I'm saying? Like, females I went to high school with, yo. But if they all, busted up and this, that, they might start doing that in an attempt to get a hold of them before the world get a hold of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, yo. Now, by no means do I condone it, but I got a homeboy who actually, he redshirted a white girl. And the crazy part about it, he was actually dealing with the girl's uncle's wife, which I guess was the aunt by marriage, and she knew this. Now, him and the girl who's now of age are together, but I think he redshirted when she was 17, and they've been together like 7 years now. Got a baby bond, he got a house, like he's alright. His previous 2 experiences that I knew of, he was dealing with some woman that lived next door to his uncle, and then she chucked him to the side when her man came home from jail. You know what I mean? And then he was dealing with one of these, like, the dark-skinned sister with the locks. I was like, okay, cuz, that's a good look right there, right? He had to, that went however it went, because ultimately she ended up, still messing with her ex-husband. You know what I'm saying? But then he redshirted the white girl, and now, like, they go to California. Like, that's what I was saying about the brothers from D.C. that's down here. They going on yacht trips and from D.C. to the rural Maryland to the yacht club. Brothers ain't looking back, yo. And I'm just like, but I know where all this is going to lead. And like Tribe Called Quest said, and it ain't nothing nice. Because now they've created this image, or the black woman's called the black man so much vexation. He's not running to save her. Because in the times he did, it wasn't appreciated. Or they act like they don't know you after it's done with. Just like had Kamala won the election. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been out in the street, partying, butt naked, and doing all this crazy stuff. And then they just stunted on black men after they dupe you into going with their cause that don't benefit you none. But I think that's what's happening. They believe that the proverbial white man system has gave him a bill of divorce. But he's not giving alimony. Whatever state you in now, handle that. And I think that's what they wigging about. And that's one of the most detrimental feelings ever. For whatever you thought you was doing, come to find out it ain't hitting on nothing. And now you left holding the bag. And I've been in that in my personal life. Just as far as opportunities and things of that nature I try to delve myself into. Or even, various friendships or what behavior. And then you wake up one day and realize it was all for naught. And not only that, but it was a complete waste of time. It's real out here. You know what I mean? And my content be more for, I guess, so say chosen or, because I'm a Negro, you know what I'm saying? But it does apply to everybody. But I'm just taking it. And all you can do is just take it one day at a time. Because would I like to get financially free? Yes, and I strive every day, B. You know what I mean? But it may or may not be the most high will. And I got to get all right with that. And it's not like I ain't been putting in the work. I was just thinking about that last night. All the various things I've delved into, especially on my sobriety journey, to upgrade my skill set, to create this new life that's conducive with my value system, to live where I want to live. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like every 7 years I get a 6-month reprieve, and then I'm back in the battlefield. Everybody else gets 7 years or whatever, and then they might go through a 6 month whatever, and then they right back on deck. Me, I stay in the press. I stay in uncertainty. I stay in disappointment. It's the new norm. And last night I was just kind of like, you get tired. That's why I guess the word says, be not weary and well doing, for in due season you'll reap your reward. Because he knew you're going to get tired of doing right. And it's not that you get tired of doing right or doing good. You get tired of doing right and doing good because seemingly it ain't getting you nowhere. And then meanwhile, back at the ranch, all the wrongdoers seem to be getting away with it. Like, I was before I went to Planet Fitness yesterday, I rode past an old coworker of mine from the penis trafficking ring, i.e. the Jewish rehab, and I inboxed him or whatever. So they said, oh yeah, I'm taking my friend to the, what they call that, the OBGYN, whoop, whoop, whoop. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, they had inboxed me again. Here where my spotty sense be tingling, right? So they said, Calvin, that's my real name. Guess who I just seen? So I typed back, Hop and Bob, the pandering, bad, bully cooning Negro from the job, right? You know what I mean? Run around job, do all this dirt, but then tell on everybody else, but then walk around his chest out like the pastor man. Like he memorized the 12-step literature verbatim, but he's actually a horrible being in real life and don't live none of the stuff he spewed to you. Because one time we was at the job, right, and he was talking to this client, they didn't want to go group. So he say, one of the main reasons we lapse is because we don't follow simple directions, and gave him that number, right? Okay, I hear him, right? Then 15 minutes later, our lead supervisor come down and ask him to do something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the other computer. I say, cuz, I thought we follow simple directions. He just said it to the man 20 seconds ago. Then when she asks you to do something simple, you got all this justification and excuse as to why you're not doing it. He said, Cal, not now. I said, okay, cuz. But she said she seen him, Hop and Bob, at the OGBYM. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I guess he got some girl pregnant or whatever. Then later on I do whatever, and I get to thinking about it. And I said, yo, let me tell it, I'm the realest Negro in the battlefield. Word up. Can't nobody say I done bamboozled him. I'm I'm kind of isolated. But somehow, magically, when somebody in a situation, they call me. You know what I'm saying? They'll call me before they call the police. It's been the case all my life, right? But I'm like, this succotash Negro, I mean, he got they had to run him out of the town I grew up in because he was in that joint, sleep with all the girls with 13 days clean, and you know what I'm saying? And just shucking and jiving and perpetrating a fraud. And I mean, professionally speaking, his professional reputation is in the dumps. But then I'm like, yo, how does excuse my language, still got a job in the same industry where he's been proven to be a fraud. And then from what I'm understanding, he's still splacking. And I'm like, yo, now mind you, I can't do it unless I got some type of connection with and then to me it's just dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I just can't be messing with any old body, not knowing what I know now and not valuing myself. You know what I mean? But then I got mad. I'm like, how does this sucker duck dude keep getting all this loving? You know what I'm saying? I can't even find nobody that I can connect with on a greater level to even get to the loving. But that man stayed butt naked with some freakazoid. Not that I want freakazoid, but it made me mad. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Or just like, now I start thinking about like lack of support and, you know what I'm saying? How I had to figure out everything on my own for the most part. You know, like if it wasn't for you, like I go to YouTube University. That's how I discovered like the stuff I didn't help other people with. Narcissism, like feminism and the dating culture and, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. I learned all that through YouTube. It's like I read the books on YouTube and then started seeing it in real life once, the Most High placed me around people on the job site. That's why I seem like an extraterrestrial, with extraterrestrial knowledge. Because I started learning about all that stuff just on YouTube. Narcissism, gaslighting, projection. I'd never heard them terms before. You know what I mean? Like female nature and, you know what I'm saying? The bamboozler. That's why I call it the Bamboozled Again News Network. Because then they say your pain ends up being your purpose. So I've been bamboozled. and I don't want to bamboozle nobody else, but you ever notice the bully coon, back to that Negro, or the spiritually deadbeat Negro, they'll actually bamboozle the same demographic of people they come up out of. You know what I'm saying? Like a recovering addict, and from my experience here in Maryland, they'll get some, accreditations or a little bit of education, and then they'll esteem themselves out of the demographic of people that just came out of, and bamboozle them. You're supposed to be helping them, at least in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Now with me, I've been blackballed to a certain degree, not that I care, but when people see me in real life, they be like, Kodak Black, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Still same face, same energy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. And I've been in a spiritual warfare, darn near every day. Which is building, I guess, resolve. And, of course, sometimes I want a little, I just want to lay on the beat and be able to get to a point where I can take my armor off and exhale. You know what I mean? And maybe it'll be, maybe it won't be. I ain't got no say-so on it, and I'm cool with it. But yesterday I was just jaw hot. I'm like, sucker ass dude, man. And then they act like they the show enough. But when something happen, you don't call them dude, you call me. You know what I'm saying? The man who been right about everything pertaining to, what I see and where I believe it to be going at. It do get frustrating. Not that I care about, validation and so on and so forth, but it'd be nice though. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice. Like Jonas. It must be nice. And then I was thinking about too, I ain't gonna say that, but it's just sometimes this world, especially where you don't fit in and don't nothing make no sense to you and everything gotta be a struggle. All my life I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying you, or at least trying to find a chink in the armor. Then you got to mentally outwit everybody, which comes natural to me, because to me, everybody's stupid. Again, not because I'm so great or anything like that. I just see the archetypes of individuals. Like I can be around someone a short amount of time, see how they behave, and know what they believe, know what they'll do in XYZ circumstance, regardless of what they say out their mouth. And then, because I, maneuver myself in response to such, they get mad with you when they can't bamboozle you. Or when you see through them. Then they trying to set you up or, you know what I'm saying? Putting out bad rumors on you or whatever the case may be. Not that I care about it. And that's another thing. Oh, Toothless Wonder, I heard this. Oh, okay. You're not going to defend that? No, I know it didn't happen. You can believe what you want. Oh, he doesn't care. And I'm going to leave on this note. And shout out to SRBG. And I've been in this, and I'm still very empathetic. Just like I said about the black women, and just kind of like, damn, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, I'm Mr. I don't get down. And typically, I'm on one side of the fence or the other. I don't care about that, yo. And I've been like that. Or like, let's say, I got an issue in the street. Oh, such and such do this. Oh, okay. He did that to them. He ain't do it to me. I don't care about that. Until he, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the stuff everybody else care about. And then I've had people get out on me or whatever. And I just come back and get a W. Granted, back then, that was when brother was still fist fighting to a degree. You know what I mean? Now I just got enough sense to stay away from Negroes. And not just street bully coon Negro. You got the pandered out. Because hopping by, he remind me of Ringo now. Yeah. Portraying all this like outward masculinity and da-da-da. But every situation you see him in, he go out like a chimp. You know what I'm saying? But just go around people that don't know him and spew all that like he got it going on and this, that, and the third and whoop-de-whoop. But in reality, you sleep with all these vulnerable women in early recovery so you can get whatever you can get up out of them, but act like you helping them. You know what I'm saying? But then walk around your chest out, and then when somebody deflates your ego, you can't function no more. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did to him at the job. And he couldn't function. I said, I'm going to go ahead and take me a self-imposed vacation while you go ahead and hang yourself. And people was telling me, you taking his teeth out, and you know what I mean? People chumping him and talking to him all greasy. You know what I'm saying? They asked me for the realest Negro in the field back at the job. You know what I mean? They almost made a protest amongst the clowns. Bring Cal back, yo. At least he gave it to us real. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I try to do on here, man. And on that note, I'ma holler at y'all.